take it to Heinz Field for the highlights. And Ben Roethlisberger and Jeff Fisher trying to fire up their respective teams. First quarter here. It's the Titans' third possession. Gary Collins looking for the rookie, Kenny Britt from Rutgers. What a grab, Coach Mooch.
It's a great interception. Kenny Britt should have gone up and tried to knock this thing down, but the veteran Troy Polamalu makes a great one-handed interception.
All right, so here come the Steelers. We take another look. Polamalu left this game with a knee injury. He did not return. All right, here comes Roethlisberger. He's looking for Holmes, but he's picked off by Vincent Fuller. Steelers had 1 total yard through the first quarter, so the Titans are back in business. And here they go. We talked about it, Marshall. Rob Baronis' kick here blocked by Aaron Smith.
This guy is pretty much automatic, but right there you see the Steelers, they get some penetration. He was trying to drive the ball in there, and the hand went up, and they got him.
All right, then this is the play where Polamalu hurt his knee. He did not return. And Warren, here come the Steelers. This is what we're used to. A Roethlisberger to Hines Ward.
He's just moving the safety right there with the pump fake and going right down the middle of cover 2. The linebacker ain't get deep enough.
And just like in Super Bowl 43, it's Ben Roethlisberger looking for the Super Bowl MVP. Holmes from 34 yards away. And he put the Steelers up 7-0.
Cover 2, and he pump fakes and squats the free safety, gets over the top for a touchdown to Santonio Holmes.
That was late in the second quarter, but the Titans show some life. How about the play of the young rookie, Kenny Britt?
Oh, yeah, he showed up big time. Shows you exactly why they took him, and people were questioning whether Kenny Britt was mature enough, because the guy's not even 21 yet. But he showed up huge against the Super Bowl champs.
Hey, Coach, it could be a big year for Justin Gage.
Yeah, it has, and he runs a wheel route. Remember, Troy Polamalu's not in the game right now for this series, so Tennessee hits a couple of big pass plays and ends up in the end zone.
All right, we're tied up at 7 at the break. Same score in the fourth quarter. And here comes more from Collins and Britt. It's a 15-yard gain into Steeler territory. 2 plays later on a 2nd and 11, it's Collins to Justin Gage again.
Pittsburgh's got to find a way to get some pressure on the quarterback.
Pittsburgh need to get pressure.
Can you see this? He just sitting in the pocket.
It led to a Rob Baronis field goal. Titans on top 10-7. But here come the Steelers. Roethlisberger to Holmes. 10 yards and a first down.
He had a big night.
It led to a 2nd and 6. Look out! Javon Curse.
He comes. That's the scheme, and Ben didn't see him at all. That's going to hurt.
Roethlisberger dropped 4 times at this point in the game. 3rd and 12. But this is what they do so
Can't rush 3,
well.
man. Don't rush 3. Come on, give me some rushing. You got 3 rushing. You can have all day like that.
18 yards. But, Coach, they had such a hard time running the football, especially in short yardage situations.
They did, and last year they weren't very good at it, and they weren't much better tonight. They used 3 running backs. Mewelde Moore was stopped there. Willie Parker and Rashad Mendenhall all got just minimal yardage tonight.
I had to settle for a field goal.
Bam!
So it's tied up at 10, and College and Gage, they can't hook up. And Craig Hendrick only punted 28 yards. The Steelers were in business. And Holmes, who had a big night here. It's a 12-yard gain and a first down. So the Steelers looking to recapture some of that 2-minute magic like they did in Super Bowl 43. Roethlisberger dumps it off to Moore for a 9-yard gain to the 34. They're in field goal range. And Hines Ward, after the pump fake, open.
Great throw, great run, nice blocks downfield. You're just not going to see this very often. Nice strip by Steve.
Stripped by Michael Griffin. And the Tennessee Titans recover, and Ward cannot believe it.
Ball in the wrong hand.
But that's what you're supposed to do. Great play by Michael Griffin, correct?
Yeah, but you got to put that ball in the near sideline. He didn't have a chance to punch it then.
All right, so we go to overtime. 2nd and 9 here. Steelers on the attack. Ben Roethlisberger goes right back to his veteran, Hines Ward, 8 yards there. And then on a 3rd and 1 from the Tennessee 48. This is what the Pittsburgh Steelers did so well a year ago. They won games late on final drive.
This is the kind of football team that they are. You see right here on 3rd and 1, they're throwing the football. The Pittsburgh Steelers on 3rd and 1 now, they line up 4 wides and they're throwing the football.
This is what they had to do to win the Super Bowl. Put a drive together, throw the ball around.
Quarterback in this pocket.
Yeah, he's got all kinds of time. He threw for almost 400 yards today. He had a lot of time. He took some hits, but boy, he was a stud back there.
Nice job. A 22-yard pass to Mike Wallace and Jeff Reed sends everybody at Pittsburgh home safely. Knocks down the 33-yard field goal. And the Tennessee Titans, they fall to the Pittsburgh Steelers 13-10. So the numbers ended up looking pretty juicy for Ben Roethlisberger. 363 yards, a TD, but he did have 2 picks. But Willie Parker only rushing for 19 yards, but it didn't seem to matter. It's Antonio Holmes with a big night.
13 yards, but he's very efficient.
Let's go to Chicago. Jay Cutler, 4 picks. I mean, come on, against the Packers. We lost Urlacher. Is it going down the tubes already?
He's doing it again, Mike.
Troy Polamalu also out, the playmaker for the Steelers on defense. The Steelers came out in their first drive. Very nice drive put together. Noeldi Moore, gain of 4. The 12th play of the drive down there to right on the goal line. Then 4th and goal. Roethlisberger pumps, finds Matt Spaeth in the end zone. 8 of 9, 84 yards. Roethlisberger on that drive. Second quarter, it's still 7-0. Here's Jay Cutler to Kellen Davis. And the Steelers defense that had been very stingy to that point sees the game tied with 19 seconds to go in the first half. It's tied at 7. Third quarter, midway through. Here is Rashard Mendenhall with a 39-yard gain out at the 2. Next play, Roethlisberger calls his own number. That number, in case you're scoring at home, is 7. That's how many points he gets here.
You got to have a big, physical, versatile quarterback to be able to execute that play.
So could Cutler counter? Fourth quarter, less than 10 minutes to go in the game. Cutler throws late over the middle. This time it works to Greg Olsen, who hangs on. He was bashed all day.
Yeah, he was.
5 plays later, Johnny Knox plucks it out of the air, and we're tied at 14. Back come the Steelers. Jeff Reed had already missed the 38-yard field goal wide left. With 3:23 left in the game, another field goal, this one from 43 yards. That's left as well. So 6 points are left on the board, as this one is the other one we were telling you about. And the Bears take over at the 33 with 3 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the game, still tied. Cutler, first play of that drive, dumps it off to Matt Forte. Here comes James Harrison to strip him, but Olsen on the spot. Robbie Gould's warming up, trying to win this thing. 3 plays later, Cutler on 3rd and 4 to your baby. Devin Hester moves the chains and brings out Robbie Gould with 26 to go from 44 yards away. Gould got it. Good. With 15 seconds to go, and the Bears essentially steal one at home from the world champs.
The Pittsburgh Steelers invading Chad Ochocinco's territory, and Ochocinco said if he scores, it's going to be a special celebration. A little possible Dancing with the Stars audition. Ben Roethlisberger, he's never lost in the state of Ohio in the NFL, 11-0.
Loves the play. It's a good job. Buying some time, finding his open receiver.
Willie Parker gets in from 27 yards away. He had 93 yards on the ground, plus 36 receiving yards. 10-0 Steelers on top. 13-0 Hines Ward for 14 yards. Passes 10,000 career receiving yards. One of the toughest receivers that can put on a shoulder pad and helmet.
Complete receiver.
The third quarter now. It's Roethlisberger.
Bad read. Bad read.
There's a mix-up between the receiver and the quarterback there that's going to cost him.
All right, Jonathan Joseph gets in. And so now all of a sudden it's 13-9 Steelers on top. The next possession, Roethlisberger looking for Lima Swede on a rope. Oh. But Swede, he can't come down with it.
Can't throw it any better than that. He's got to make that catch, and he will next time.
And Jeff Reed missed a 51-yarder, so
He'll next time.
more points left off the board. Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace.
Now that I'm quarterback, it ain't going to be the next
For
time.
16 yards. He had 102 receiving yards from Ole Miss. The rookie, Ben keeps it there.
It's not gonna be that.
Big boy.
Would you call that play again if you were coaching?
Checking it down.
Steelers on top 20-9. Fourth quarter here. Carson Palmer, Ochocinco.
Get in the end
14
zone.
yards. But Chad, though, 5 catches for 54 yards. He hasn't had a 100-yard game in 16 straight. Cedric Benson.
This guy's coming alive. He had 141 yards last week and 76 more this week.
Running for a contract. That's what I see.
All right, so all of a sudden now, Steelers on top 20-15. Bengals went for 2, didn't get it. Palmer to Lavernius Coles.
Consistency with LeBron.
3rd and 2 from the 20.
Put it out there. Put it out there.
Hey.
Palmer, put it out there for him, baby.
Oh, no. Looked like it hit him right
Now you got to put that.
in the shoulder
Like he had
pad.
a chance, Brian.
He did.
All right, so here we go. 4th and 2 from the 20. It's
Got it.
Palmer to Coles. And this is why they got him. Keeps the drive alive. Santonio Holmes knows it's not looking promising. Oh,
Nice play.
Great play on
tipped
defense.
away at the last second.
Nice play. One of the better corners in the game today.
Ike Taylor. All right, 4th and 10. 2 plays later, it's Palmer to Brian Leonard, who scrapped to make the team in the preseason. Picks up the first down.
Move the sticks.
And another look here. And Leonard does a nice job of lunging for the first down, escaping James Ferrier. 18 seconds left. It's Palmer to Andre Caldwell. Bengals.
Great drive.
They
What a
win it 23-20. The defending Super Bowl champs. They're 1-2.
We start with Sunday night football in Pittsburgh with Damian Thomas.
He's back.
Good to have him back. With a sore ankle, he's taking on Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers. First quarter, Steelers starting out right out of the gate. Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace.
Good strong throw on the sideline.
35-yard gain. Looked like Morley Safer was covering him. 3 plays later, it's Rashard Mendenhall starting for the injured Willie Parker. And what a game this rookie had. 7-0. Pittsburgh as Willie Parker is rooting everybody on. Next Steelers possession, Roethlisberger to Muwalde Moore out of the backfield on 3rd and 4. He bursts into the end zone, 19-yard touchdown, and Ron Rivera is yelling at his troops on defense.
Ron was one of those good Chicago Bear linebackers of old, and he wants to get these guys flying around again.
Roethlisberger, 8 of 9 for 118 yards in the first quarter, while Rashard Mendenhall
Running downhill.
was just
Fresh leg.
creasing the San Diego defense. Out of the backfield, running it, catching it,
Blocking.
and then into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
No doubt, this guy was a bright spot for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Finished the first half with 80 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. 3rd quarter, Steelers, again, playing in those front porch insect repellent light bulb helmets. Roethlisberger to Hines Ward, 26-yard gain. And then 5 plays later on the Chargers, 6. Roethlisberger to Heath Miller, 28-0. And you could just wrap it up. Stick a fork in the
You would
Chargers,
think. You would think. They're executing on everything. The throw, the run, as well as the pass.
Well, that's when Rivers began to heat up with Antonio Gates, who was balling out from the tight end position on 3rd and 8. Moved the chains with a 26-yard gain. And 9 plays later, it's 3rd and goal. It's Rivers to Gates.
This is where they miss Troy Polamalu in the secondary. When the game gets tight, when teams have to throw a little bit.
And the Chargers are on the board. Disregard that flag. It was on Pittsburgh. 28-7. 4th quarter, the Chargers are punting. Stephon Logan is stripped.
Get down, little fella. Get down.
And
Good
here
job.
comes Jacob Hester out of it.
Put him in a bus, isn't it?
That's a touchdown.
It's a heads-up play by the Chargers. Strip him. Take it out of there. He's not down. Go get it.
And suddenly, everybody thought the play was over, and Hester's running, and no whistles, no flags. That's a touchdown as the Pittsburgh lead's cut in half, 28-14. Next to his possession, Mendenhall running downhill again. 32-yard gain, 165 yards on the night for Mendenhall in place of the injured Willie Parker, who may just be Wally Pipp when it's all said and done. 3 plays later, Roethlisberger to Ward on 3rd down, move the chains.
Somebody's going to get this. Is the most physical receiver in the NFL, blocking, running the ball after the catch, and coming out of breaks full speed. That's how he stays open.
Very next play, it's Muwalde Moore in the backfield. They're pitching it, and they're running it, they're throwing it.
Wow. Good technique on the throw from the run.
Halfback option to Heath Miller. Steelers on top, 35-14. Next Chargers possession. Rivers to Vincent Jackson, 16-yard gain.
Going to get the ball to these big, tall receivers down the field.
2 plays later from the Steelers' 30. It's Rivers to Gates again.
I love it. He stands into the pocket for the last minute, then delivers the ball. Oh, business decision in that end zone.
That's a touchdown. 35-21, less than 6 minutes to go. Norv has no choice. Down 2 scores, but to go on sides, and it works.
28% chance of recovering an obvious onside kick, and the Chargers get it.
4 plays later, they're inside the red zone as Ben Roethlisberger's got to go back and take his helmet off. Rivers to Chris Chambers. Touchdown. It's a 7-point game.
Oh, we have a ball game.
So what do the Steelers do when they get the ball back? They give it to Rashard Mendenhall, and it worked all night.
This is where you want a banger. This is where you want a strong back. In a 4-minute drill when you're winning, move the sticks, chew the clock.
5 plays later, 3rd and 19, though. Steelers need to get the first down. They need to get something going. It's Mewelde Moore down to the Chargers' 28-yard line. Jeff Reed, who missed a couple of crucial field goals in Chicago back in Week 2, needing to ice this one, and he does just that. From 46 yards away, Steelers go on to win this game 38-28. As for the defending world champs, they had Dante Culpepper starting this game for the Lions in Detroit, where Big Ben won his first Super Bowl a few years back. Rashard Mendenhall following up his 165-yard performance against the Chargers.
Walks downfield.
Great blocking by Santonio Holmes downfield.
That's a 27-yard gain from Mendenhall back in Big Ten territory. The former Illini gaining the edge here.
We know he's a power back, but he shows some speed on the outside.
7-3 lead. Stafford's out, as we know, with that knee injury. And now Calvin Johnson just comes up hurt.
They can't afford to lose. He's their best football player. He came out early in the games at a leg injury.
And he was done for the day. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. That led to a field goal, that drive. And then a pick six.
Can't throw out that late, Coach, can you?
Yeah, you got to be on time and outside, and that guy read Ben's eyes all the way and made a nice jump on the ball.
William James for the score, and it's just a 1-point game. 4 minutes to go in the half when the guy who won his Super Bowl MVP in that building scores his first touchdown of the season. Hines Ward with a 17-yard score. Steelers up by 8 at the half. That's your score, 21-13 Pittsburgh, third quarter. Midway through, Roethlisberger up top to Mike Wallace. 60 minutes, he's next, except on the West Coast.
That's good, Rick.
Thanks. 28-13 to score. Dante Culpepper, there's no quit on him.
No, it's no quit. He looked good today.
Dennis Northcutt, 25-yard score. And then the Steelers go 3 and out. Lions have a chance to tie this game, maybe, but the defense comes through. William Gay with a second straight sack of Culpepper, and then Lawrence Timmons gets himself a piece as the Steelers win this ball game to improve to 3-2. Detroit 1-4 as Big Ben moves on with a win.
We couldn't get to a rhythm. Didn't seem like we were on the field very much, but we just got to continue to improve. Hey, way to play, man. Stay healthy.
It seems for another week that even though you guys dominated for much of the game, they were able to come back and make it interesting down the end. Why do you think that's happening? How can you fix it?
You know what? We just have to continue to finish. And offensively, like I said, we did well. Second half, we just couldn't get the momentum going. And we have to be able to use up that clock and not give them a chance. All right, no problem.
In Pittsburgh, look who was back, the Hair. The Hair was back.
They need him back.
And he was a factor playing in his first game since hurting his knee in the first game of the season.
Wildcat?
Yeah.
Josh Cribbs is picked on the Wildcats.
That's not the same Wildcat out of Miami.
He limped, but he would stay in the game. Second quarter, the more conventional passing attack. Here's Ben Roethlisberger to Santonio Holmes.
Nice route. Nice move.
Holmes had 104 yards receiving. This would eventually be capped off by a touchdown catch by Heath Miller as Big Ben was on point for much of the day. Next possession, Roethlisberger to Hines Ward.
Watch the defense. Just seem like they just stand there. 3 guys around Hines Ward, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Virtually untouched, too. 159 yards and a touchdown on the day, but the ensuing kickoff sent to the man who did this in that building last year. That would be Josh Cribbs.
We only show you this if it's a fumble or a big play.
Look at the socks.
Play this man and quit playing.
He's easily the most dynamic player. I think on either side of the ball.
Yes, he is. And he has a C on his chest.
14-7. Browns made a 1-touchdown game at 17-7 third quarter. Muhammad Massaquoi, who's come to the fore. The rookie receiver with a 43-yard catch. 4 plays later, Anderson and Lawrence Vickers. Touchdown. You just saw 2 of 9 completions on the day for Derrick Henry.
And he's a professional quarterback.
So that means he'll have 16 completions next week. Ben Roethlisberger to Hines Ward again.
Those guys are wide open.
Ward gets that.
417 yards passing for Roethlisberger. Only the second time in his career he has done that. And then Rashard Mendenhall, who started with him and Willie Parker, both healthy. He pops it in the end zone. Mike Tomlin's Steelers are 4-2. Let's go to Pittsburgh right now. The Minnesota Vikings in the Steel City. Brad Childress taking on his first defensive coordinator he had when he was on the job in Minnesota. Good friends. Big Ben and Brett Favre had never met before.
Man. Never met,
let alone on the field. Second quarter, Vikings down 3-0. Favre to his rookie Percy Harvin making plays.
Come on, boy, stay up, man. He could have blown the kid's knee out.
28-yard gain. 10 plays later, 13th play of the drive. Adrian Peterson pops it in the end zone. 13-play drive, tied a season long for the Vikings, who are up 7-3. Less than a minute to go in the half. Ben Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace. 22-yard gains, and 2 plays later, Roethlisberger to Mike Wallace again.
They throw the ball down the middle of the field so successfully.
They get good releases, and they work the middle very well, and those safeties needed to close on that.
Right before the half, when we had a few minutes with Andy Dillon, by the way. Fourth quarter, first play of the fourth quarter. Steelers were up 13-10. A whole game happened in this fourth quarter. Santonio Holmes.
We got a tackle here.
45-yard, weaving his way through.
That was the Super Bowl MVP.
Great run. Good blocking by his teammates.
Down to the 9. Next play, Rashard Mendenhall, who had a fine game except for this run. Puts the ball on the turf, fumbles it on the 3-yard line.
Could have put the game away right there, but coughed it up.
And the Vikings get the ball back and move it down the field. Sidney Rice called out of bounds on 3rd and 18. Brad Childress has a red flag. It's a challenge flag, and it's wise that he throws it, because you can see, even though both officials ruled him out of bounds, they both missed both feet being down.
Games happen so fast. Sometimes they miss it.
What a nice catch to move the chains and keep the drive alive by Sidney Rice. 2 plays later, again, mind you, this drive started on their own 3-yard line. Adrian Peterson, 19-yard run out of bounds at the 19. 2 plays later, 13th play of the drive. Sidney Rice, touchdown, 97-yard drive complete, except for the fact Jeff Dugan, the backup tight end, is called for tripping.
What do we think about this call?
This is a good call.
Huh?
It's a good call.
It's a cross-body block.
You can't kick the legs up.
Well, when the legs went up, that's when the ref threw the flag.
Yep.
So take the touchdown off the board, and then 3 plays later, put a touchdown on the board for the Steelers. Because the ball is loose. Brett Kiesel with the sack force fumble.
Get him, Brett.
Lamar Woodley making like James Harrison in the Super Bowl.
This is the Pittsburgh Steelers team that we know. The defense makes plays, scores points. We've seen it time and time again.
77-yard touchdown run by Lamar Woodley. Ball is loose, and he picks it up and goes the other way. 20-10, Steelers on top. The ensuing kickoff.
Not to worry.
Percy Harvin gets it right back.
It's not a boo-boo.
It's a big play, and the back judge, Rich Reels, takes a face plant.
You emphasized back then, Rich.
I did.
I like that.
Well, you have to enunciate in this business.
True.
He would be fine, Rich Reels, but he was sent reeling by Jeff Dugan. That's what you get for calling him for tripping.
Wow.
That was an illegal block in the back, it seemed.
I think he's embarrassed. He's not hurt.
Steelers' next possession. Roethlisberger on 3rd and 6.
Stiff arm.
Nice strip.
Cannot convert and fall down, and in fact he fumbles it. It goes out of bounds. So Favre and the Vikings get one last chance. Under 2 minutes remaining. Favre to Adrian. He punks William Gay on a 29-yard
Earl
gain.
Campbell.
What? We need to see that again.
That's an Earl Campbell move.
Please show that to me again.
He's not only fast, he is strong.
Boom! Oh, that's somebody's son.
2 plays later. Favre to Chester Taylor. It's not Adrian Peterson.
Oh,
They've
come on,
been
Chester.
very good with their screen game all season. Little high.
Watch Brett. Keep your eyes on Brett. Watch Brett.
Aaron Fox puts the ball out of the air, and he goes the distance. 82 yards. 82 yards. And the Pittsburgh Steelers get 27 points, 3 of them on returns. 3 scores on returns. Final 3 scores of a game on return touchdowns. Last time that happened was the famed "You Can Crown Their Bleed" game between the Bears and the Cardinals. So Adrian Peterson and Chester Taylor have to live with that result, as the Steelers have won 4 in a row to be 5-2 atop the AFC North with the Cincinnati Bengals, as the Steelers defense had 2 return touchdowns for the first time in 11 years, and Brett Favre sprayed it around, and he had darn near a record day for him on completions, but he came up with the loss.
In Vesco Field here, and the Broncos trying to bounce back from that loss to the Ravens against Big Ben and the Steelers. Steelers have won 4 straight coming into this matchup. Second quarter now, Broncos up 3-0, and Kyle Orton's pass intended for Noshawn Marino, picked off by Tyrone Carter, and Carter takes it to the house, 48 yards. So the Steelers on top, 7-3. Big Ben Roethlisberger was under pressure, guys, all night long. They did a nice job of bringing it straight up the middle.
Yeah, what do you say? You said look like Roman Gabriel?
That's what I thought of. I remember going back in the day, Roman Gabriel, big, strong guy, a little bit ahead of his time in terms of size. But look what it takes to get Ben down. I mean, that's the one thing. The pressure's getting to him, and they're there. But he is so big and strong, he can still continue to make plays, and that paid dividends for them later in the game.
Steelers were up 7-3 at halftime. Elements Doomerville picked up a half sack. He has 10.5. Tied the league lead with Jared Allen. Roethlisberger sacked by Kenny Peterson. Robert Ayers, the rookie Charles, is gone 54 yards.
Yeah, did Mike Mayock say that in 3 years he will be the #1 player from that draft last year? Robert Ayers giving us a glimpse of what could be the future.
And that's the only touchdown Denver scores with their entire team. I mean, offensively, they kick a field goal.
All right, and the ensuing Steelers possession now. Ben Roethlisberger imploring his team, let's get it together. So Rashard Mendenhall with a little breathing room, 24 yards to the 38.
And that's not what they had last year, as you said, Charles.
No.
And now it's Roethlisberger to Holmes. And that ball dropped in beautifully. And on the very next play, 1st and goal, it's Roethlisberger to Hines Ward. And just like that, Steelers back on top, 14-10.
You remember all that pressure we saw earlier that was getting to Ben? Those last 3 plays, great run block, two pass protections, been able to step up and find people.
Steelers get it back, and you just said it, Charles. Roethlisberger stepping up, finds Mike Wallace there. And then, looking for Ward, picked off by Andre Goodman.
Red zone turnover, and they still win by 17. That's the amazing thing about how dominant they were tonight. They turned the ball over in the second half and still beat them by 17.
And he had plenty of time to throw the football, was clean in the pocket, just threw it behind where Hines Ward was going.
All right, 4th quarter now. Great sequence coming up here from Troy Polamalu, and this is why he's so special. Comes in on the blitz, no one picks him up, and cuts up Carell Buckhalter.
That's why he's so good. He makes plays on level 1. That's the back where the quarterback is. He read that perfectly, comes in, makes the tackle. Now we're going to see him on level 3.
Very next play, it's Polamalu in the secondary. Picks off Orton, who overthrew the pass. He is all over the field.
Yeah, the linebackers did a great job of forcing Orton to throw the ball a little higher, and there's Troy making the play. That's why he's so effective.
And here we go, 3rd and 10. This is what the Steelers were looking for. Roethlisberger, he's done this so many times over the last couple of years. Flushed out to Mike Wallace, 25 yards. And just like that, the Steelers are up 21-10 midway through the 4th quarter.
Yeah, just look at the vision. Still eyes downfield, moves it out, extends the play. And Mike Wallace, even a rookie, knows keep yourself alive for Ben Roethlisberger.
All right, 21-10, Steelers on top, 5:21 left. This is the question mark a lot of people have had about the Steelers team. Can they run a 4-minute offense and shut the game down? Mendenhall, 36 yards there.
Last year they had to throw it in this situation. Now they found a run. They ran that counter, ran it perfectly, and Denver didn't have an answer for it.
Look how clean these running backs are getting through the line of scrimmage. You got to give this offensive line a lot more credit.
Well, they're more, 12 yards there, and then it's Roethlisberger to Hines Ward for 7 yards. All Josh McDaniels can do is watch. Next play, 1st and 10, Mendenhall, 18 more yards.
Look, wore him down.
Michael, he's getting to the 2nd and 3rd level on every run clean.
All right, 3 plays later, 3rd and goal, up and over. Hines Ward leapfrogs Champ Bailey for the touchdown.
And you guys said it's almost like this was the play. They just looked at each other and made a
the boxers
decision.
crowd. They went to it, and they made every fantasy player who has Hines Ward and Ben happier than anybody right now.
Like Tyrell Carter actually added an interception later in the game, so he finished with the 2 picks. But here we go. Pittsburgh Steelers are now 6-2 with a 28-10 victory. Ben Roethlisberger 3 touchdown passes, and what a job Rashard Mendenhall has been. His 5th start, he rushed for 155 yards, his second 100-yard game. And Santonio Holmes with 93 receiving yards, also a solid game for Hines Ward as well.
Shaq Showcase highlight presented
God, do we have
by
sponsors.
Radio Shack. Yeah. Look at Hines Ward and Chad Ochocinco warming up together before the game. They're warming one another. Look at that. Nice little hug. So Troy Polamalu, as we know, hurt his left knee and missed several games. He came out after tweaking his knee.
Yeah, boy,
in the first quarter.
If he's out now, they're going to miss this guy. He's as good as they get.
Well, you know, the defense is different in Pittsburgh without him. Meanwhile, Bernard Scott, with Pittsburgh up 3-0, kicking off after the field goal. This rookie had more red flags on him
25 years old,
6 flags coming out of college. And, boy, he's having a nice rookie year for the Cincinnati Bengals. A 96-yard return. And when Cedric Benson, Cedric Benson would go out of this game with a hip flexor injury.
Oh, yeah, he's hurt. Big fella's hurt.
He said after the game that he should be okay.
Yeah, he will be. You're trying to get
But he comes out of the game. Bernard Scott had to run the football.
All right, let's go, Rook.
This is in Pittsburgh in this big game. But the Pittsburgh offense could not get much going against the Cincinnati defense. Up 9-6 in the third quarter. We got a big man with football. It's Frosty Rucker.
Oh, nice crackback, baby.
Picking off Ben Roethlisberger on the tip drill. Tied the game at 9 after Cincinnati had settled for a field goal. And this is Brian Leonard with the score tied at 12. By the way, after that Bernard Scott touchdown, they missed the extra point. That's why it's such an odd score. 12 all here. When Lavernius Coles with a 16-yard gain. Bengals go up 15-12 on the field goal, needing to make some more defensive plays to get out of Pittsburgh with a win. And on third down here, they get Roethlisberger off the field with 6 and change to go in the game. Get the ball back up 15-12. Here is Brian Leonard for 2 yards. And then James Harrison.
They always catch the second man.
Yeah, second guy. Give him another 15 yards to the drive here.
4 plays later. Second and 5. It's Bernard Scott picking up the first down. 4th first down of this drive for the Bengals. 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go. 3rd and 3, and they decide to run for it. And Scott is stopped here.
Very conservative playing for the field goal.
But that gives Big Ben the ball back and a chance to win if you can make this field goal.
He says, I can make the field goal, and I trust my defense to stop Big Ben again.
43-yarder for Shane Graham. It's a 6-point game. Ben Roethlisberger, it's 4th and 10 deep in his own end. Have to go for it with 1:30 to go. Roethlisberger is hurried, and the ball is incomplete. The Steelers had 17 plays in the red zone, come away with only 12 points. The Bengals defense playing as hard as the Steelers usually do. We start the Steelers-Chiefs out with a remarkable shot. A hat large enough to fit all that hair. Look at that. Unbelievable.
That is
Doesn't look like Polamalu.
He might have braided it.
Opening kickoff of the game.
Why are we showing this?
Jamal Charles takes it up the gut.
1 or 2 reasons.
And he runs all over the place. And he runs through it.
Watch the lack of speed on Pittsburgh.
97 yards.
I remember first this is like every game against them, isn't it?
Yeah. 8 straight games.
Good start. Kansas City Chiefs.
Special team coach, stay low.
Third quarter at 17-14. Steelers on top. Chiefs making a game of this. Especially when Andy Studebaker picks off Ben Roethlisberger in the end zone.
Go like a Studebaker.
But this Studebaker needs to call AAA.
Run, Stu, run.
Not a U-Haul, but a Mendenhall.
That was a big play by the young running back because Chiefs had to settle for a field goal. We're just tied at 17 in the fourth quarter, 11 minutes to go. When Matt Castle sacked by Lawrence Timmons, ball's loose. James Harrison recovers for Pittsburgh. And then 5 plays later,
reward the young fella.
Ben Roethlisberger rewards the young fella. Rashard Mendenhall over the middle.
And they take the lead.
Just when you thought the Steelers were restoring order, stopping the insanity, fourth play of the drive, the ensuing drive for the Chiefs. That's a double move.
That's a double move.
Chris Chambers wide open, 47-yard gain down to the Steelers 13. 4 plays later, nifty play to Jamal Charles right in the middle.
Beautiful.
I like this play. I'm using that.
Everybody's open on that one.
Tied at 24. We go to overtime. Chiefs taking the defending world champs to overtime. Steelers win the toss.
They win the toss.
Roethlisberger tries to pick up the first down himself, but gets hit right in the noggin.
Jeez, we've seen this too many times this year.
And he would leave the game. Derek Johnson's knee hitting Roethlisberger in the head. Charlie Batch warming up. There was a hold on the play, too, so they backed the Steelers up 10 yards. Batch right off the bench, cold, looking warm right off the bat.
Shoot it in there, Charlie.
That's why you keep a savvy veteran.
Santonio Holmes, 17-yard gain, 3 plays later, 3rd and 2, while Ben's going through some diagnostic tests on the sideline. A pitch to Mewelde Moore, tackle for loss by Javon Belcher.
Like you call.
Forces the Steelers to punt. Holy Jim Nantz, Batman, both teams touching it in overtime. The team that lost the coin toss now has the ball. And Chris Chambers is running with that ball.
Oh, no.
Running free. Chris Chambers gain of 61 yards.
I think we're in field goal range.
Next play, Ryan Sucka, Mr. Irrelevant, anything but.
Got it.
27-24, Todd Haley. He's won.
Get off of me. Let me have my moment.
Arrow headache. The Pittsburgh Tribune.
That was good.
Pittsburgh Gazette, pardon me. The Pittsburgh Gazette headline, Arrow headache. Ben Roethlisberger said after the game he's fine. He feels fine. On Sunday Night Football, Ben Roethlisberger out. Dennis Dixon, 2 years removed from Oregon and reconstructive knee surgery, in. First career start in Baltimore. Almost a disastrous moment on the opening drive. A tip ball that almost was picked by Jarrett Johnson. That was Dixon's first career pass attempt. Ravens get the ball. Joe Flacco hits Kelly Washington for a gain of 15 yards. 3 plays later, 1st and 10 from the Steelers' 23. And here comes Ray Rice running for the Ravens down to the Steelers' 4-yard line. That set up Willis McGahee, 2-yard score, and the Ravens struck first, 7-0. Second quarter we go. Roethlisberger trying to coach Dixon up as fast as he can, and Dixon looked very sharp, Steve.
He did, and I like the play-action pass because that's what they do well. They run the ball and protect the quarterback, and they needed to protect him. Look at Hines Ward. He's having a ball.
19-yard gain. Next play, another play action. Dennis Dixon to Santonio Holmes. He makes a play.
Oh, he is a playmaker, not only running great routes, but he can run after the catch with the best of them in the game.
And Dominique Foxworth was covering Holmes on the play, and he bit hook, line, and sinker.
He did. Nice. Well, look at the route. Now come back out and get out of your breaks. Go to the house, but hold it with one hand.
Game tied at 7. Steelers staying step for step with the Ravens in the Ravens' house with a raw quarterback in the game. 2 possessions later for the Ravens. Flacco deep down the left side. Mark Clayton makes a grab. 54 yards down to the Steelers' 16-yard line.
I'm wide open. Underthrew it just a little bit. Otherwise, it's a touchdown.
2 plays later, Derek Mason comes down within the end zone for his first career touchdown against the Steelers.
That's amazing. This guy has a lot of
Michael Jackson still living it out. But watch the adjustment on the ball. Come back, shoulder at his highest point, making the grab.
Beautiful. Ravens lead at halftime 14-7 as Ike Taylor must think about what just happened. The Steelers' pass rush was bringing it on Joe Flacco all night long. Lawrence Timmons lowers the boom. Next play, Lamar Woodley comes around the edge.
Splitting 2 men, still making it home for the sack.
Beating Todd Heap and the movie star coming up the front side on the blind side.
Rush here. Dick LeBeau's going to mix. He's going to blitz. He's going to rush 3. You'll get a little bit of everything.
Fourth quarter we go. Joe Flacco and the Ravens with a 14-10 lead. The plus side of the field, the ball is stripped by Lawrence Timmons, and Brett Kiesel recovers.
They do such a good job going for the strip on the sack, and they get home often.
So they're playing tough defense. Rashard Mendenhall at 95 yards rushing, and Dennis Dixon was not making any mistakes. And on 3rd and 5, look what they call up for him.
Doing what he's comfortable with doing, running with the football.
And he hits pay dirt with 6 minutes and change to go. The Steelers are up with Big Ben sitting out in Baltimore.
This is what he did in the Pac-10 game after game after game until he got hurt.
How could the Ravens respond on their heels? 3rd and long, 3rd and 22. Flacco to Mason, 17 yards, and John Harbaugh decides to go for it on 4th and 5 with 3:31 to go in the game. A big call. What does he call? Flip it to Ray Rice receiving for the Ravens. Now Ray Rice is running for the Ravens. He's from Rutgers, guys. And the Steelers are in trouble with the Ravens having the ball deep in their end. 3rd and goal, 2 minutes to go. Flacco.
Yeah.
What was this?
I don't know. It was a fade to heap. I think it was a back shoulder, a miscommunication. They got to cash in on that.
So the Ravens tie the game. Minute 30 to go, 3rd and 10. Dixon almost threw an interception. They go the safe route.
Yeah.
Hand the ball off to Mwelde Moore, try and play defense and hope for overtime. Mike Tomlin's team giving the ball back to the Baltimore Ravens. A minute to go. Flacco from the Ravens 41 throws it to Mason. Ike Taylor's called for illegal contact and pass interference.
Yeah, there's a lot of laundry on the field.
I've never seen that. That's the first time
Right
ever.
there,
Illegal contact and pass interference?
Yeah, watch that one, and here's another one.
Billy Cundiff inside his range at the Steelers 35. I believe the long one, but Cundiff told the NBC crew he thought he could make it from there. Only problem, he wouldn't get it from there because Mark Clayton is called for pass interference. He just blows up William Gay.
Good call.
Yeah,
Good call.
So move the Ravens back 10. 3 plays later, though, they're back on the 34-yard line, but Cundiff wouldn't get to attempt from there as Flacco is hit and fumbles. Ravens are out of timeouts.
All right, quick field goal.
So they've got to get
there.
the field goal unit out and hope to get the snap. They do. It's up from 56. It's short. It's short. And we go into overtime, in which, with 11 minutes to go in overtime, Flacco almost intercepted deep in his own end. Have to give the ball back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dennis Dixon, 3rd and 5.
Oh, great.
Throws it over the middle, and it is intercepted.
Fake the blitz, drop right back in coverage.
Intercepted by Paul Kruger, and it's a nightmare on Baltimore Street now for Dixon and the Steelers, as it's the first real bad mistake Dixon made on the night.
And he's not going to see a lot of this in college where defensive linemen are popping out in coverage, and he appeared underneath his throw.
So it sets up Cundiff for the 29-yard game winner a few plays later, and he nails it for the 6-5 Ravens. The Steelers are also 6-5. Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers almost watched Dixon pull it off in a tough spot in front of a national TV audience. But the Ravens win this game 20-17 as the defending world champs have lost 3 straight for the first time in 3 years. And Ray Lewis and the Ravens still quite alive in the 2009 playoff race. So let's go to Pittsburgh. Drama-filled Pittsburgh, PA. Ben Roethlisberger coming back after missing last week's game. Led to a whole big to-do with Hans Ward and all that. Pittsburgh native Bruce Gradkowski and the Oakland Raiders in the house, and they brought their game with them from the West Coast. 4th quarter, taking the lead with 8 minutes and change to go. Gradkowski to Chaz Schillens. First lead of the game for the Raiders, 13-10, but Ben Roethlisberger coolly steps on the field. Finds the Super Bowl MVP.
That's the MVP.
And there's Santonio Holmes cutting the other way.
This is what MVP do.
Down to the 3-yard line. And that set up the young running back, Rashard Mendenhall, who makes a play after first getting stuff. So, okay, the Steelers restoring order for the home folks, just in case we're getting nervous. The Raiders in the house, they lead again with 7 minutes and change to go, and the Raiders need a touchdown to take the lead. But back comes Bruce Gradkowski, who finds an open Lewis Murphy, and he's running for a touchdown, 75 yards.
Nice stutter step.
Gets it in.
Raiders back out in front with 5.5 to go. So Big Ben,
Florida guy.
You go for play action and the running game's not working.
calmly steps back on the field. On the plus side of the field, finds his Super Bowl MVP, Santonio Holmes, 21 yards. 2 plays later, a busted play. Don't worry, Big Ben's got a cool head.
Do what you do, Ben.
He's not going to slide.
At first, down to an Oakland 11. 1st and 10 from there. Next play, he finds his other Super Bowl MVP wide receiver.
Nice man.
Touchdown. So the Steelers restore order, stop the insanity in case anyone of their home fans was nervous that the Raiders would be in their house. They need a touchdown now to win with less than 2 minutes to go, and they're deep in their own end. And Gronkowski finds Johnny Lee Higgins for 17 yards. And then 3 plays later, 3rd and 10, Gronkowski finds Todd Watkins for the first down. 4 plays later, Gronkowski, 2nd and 10, Gronkowski, all sorts of time, finds Lewis Murphy, and suddenly for the defending world champs.
Now they need a touchdown. A field goal doesn't help them.
Is hot. Mike Tomlin's concerned. The block is hot. Doc B over the middle.
Oh, boy.
Johnny Lee Higgins is hit by Ryan Mundy, 15 yards.
Is this helmet?
No, that's
helmet?
a clean
Boom.
hit.
That's a clean helmet.
Clean hit.
Helmet.
Big Ben could not believe they're not letting that go.
Put skirts on him.
2 plays later, Doc B to the end zone. Stat! Lewis Murphy's open. With 9 seconds to go, the Raiders on top of the defending world champs. Mike Tomlin cannot believe it's a 4th straight loss staring him in the face unless this Hail Mary is answered. Ben Roethlisberger heaves it up for grabs. No time remaining. And the Raiders knock it down.
Wow.
That's the way the Raiders stun the Pittsburgh Steelers. Who now need a win on Thursday Night Football to kick off Week 14. 2 home dates with the Packers and Ravens preceding a season-ending game at the Dolphins. The latest piece of evidence how in the NFL you just never know. Welcome to the K Jewelers post-game show. I'm Rich Osborne with Steve Mariucci, Deion Sanders, and Marshall Falk. Hines Ward did play in this game tonight, even though he had a hamstring injury, and it was darn freezing on the night. Negative 12 wind chill at kickoff, and the red-hot defense of the Cleveland Browns got things going early on. 2 3-and-outs to start the game for the Steelers. Both ended with sacks of Ben Roethlisberger. 4 sacks on the day at this point in time of the highlight, with the Browns already up in this game 6-0. Mike Tomlin's crew having its backs against the wall early on, and Josh Cribbs just kept applying the heat here on a punt return, prime the kick to him.
I cannot believe in this type of game, you know there's going to be a battle of field position, that you would actually kick it to one of the most electrifying return men in the game, and he makes a couple guys miss, and he does what he's blessed to do, and that's run with the football.
53-yard return set up the first 3-pointer of the game for Cleveland as Pittsburgh kept the Browns out of the end zone. 6-0, so it's still a 1-possession game when Cribbs again on 3rd and 3 picks up 37 yards.
Great run by Cribbs. Great design of the Wildcat play. The thing is, you'll see this play again, and it's not going to be a replay.
5 plays later, here comes Chris Jennings around the edge. His left foot reaches the end zone, breaking the play, and even though the ball itself didn't wave inside the pylon, the rule only is if he's an airborne player does he need to make sure that the ball's inside the pylon. The minute he stepped his foot in the end zone, that's a touchdown for Eric Mangini's Browns, who did give up a field goal to the Pittsburgh Steelers before the end of the half. So it's a 10-point game in midway 3rd quarter when Roethlisberger's taken down again, Steve.
This is only a 4-man rush. Coverage was good. Nowhere to go with the football. They played a lot of man under, but their 4-man rush got home a lot of the time.
6th sack of the game at that point for Rob Ryan's defense. Then Ben Roethlisberger finds his tight end Heath Miller on the next possession to move the chains into the plus side of the field. Steelers settled for a field goal, but it's still a 1-touchdown game in which the Browns are dominating the Steelers. 3rd and long with 12 minutes to go. Roethlisberger to Mendenhall, and he drops it.
Only a 3-man rush. You've got to come up with the catch and move the chains.
Next drive for the Steelers. Last chance for them, pretty much. Less than 3 minutes to go on 3rd down. Roethlisberger picks it up to old reliable Hines Ward. Next play, 2:40 to go. Kaluka Mayava sacks Roethlisberger again. 2nd and forever now.
Just relentless. They cave that pocket in, and they meet at the quarterback.
2 plays later, less than 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 19 from their own 48. Mike Tomlin's season on the line. Roethlisberger to Heath Miller picks up 13, so it's a manageable 4th and 6 with 1:48 left in the game. What do you do?
Well, you got to get past that yellow line now.
What you do is you look for your playmakers, Antonio Holmes, but the Browns sniffed that out as David Bowens almost picks off Ben Roethlisberger. He was spying him the whole way.
Yeah, did a great job. Dropped in coverage now, only a three-man rush, and there was just simply nobody open.
So 8 ticks left on the clock as the Steelers used up all of their timeouts, needing a blocked punt, don't get it. Now needing a miracle from Santonio Holmes, and I guess since everyone was trying to block the punt, there's not much blocking on the coverage team.
Hard to set up a return when you're going after
on the return team there, and that would wrap it up. The Cleveland Browns stun the defending world champs, sending them to their 5th consecutive loss, meaning we may just have a new world champion in the National Football League, as the Steelers now sit at 6-7, 4-6 in the AFC, 1-4 in division. It is all suddenly going south for the once upon a time 6-2 Steelers, now at 6-7. It is time for the Shaq Showcase highlight, everybody. Let's go to Heinz Field. Green Bay won 5 in a row. And so we will look. Steelers have lost 5 in a row. In fact, the last time they lost 6 in a row, 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Two teams going in different directions.
Let's pick things up with the first play of scrimmage for Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers. Up top to Mike Wallace, 60-yard.
How do you get that open?
Yeah, it had to be a double move, Coach.
How about that?
Yeah, the Lambeau lead. That's a short fence.
So how does Aaron Rodgers respond? Well, he responds on third down best. This is the king of third down, by the way.
Best in the league.
And he responds with a big play of his own. That's Greg Jennings running.
Make that tackle safe.
Throw it down the field.
All right, so that's the way this game's going to go.
83 yards. Guy from Western Michigan.
One way, the other way. 60-yard one way, 83 yards the other way. 14-7 Packers are down. Last play of the first quarter, it seems. Donald Driver.
Wide open.
That means there's no safety in the middle of the field doing his job.
4 plays later, it's time for Mason Crosby to try a 34-yard field goal, but things go a little crazy on Heinz Field in field goals. And that open end there. Seems he slipped a bit with the plant foot. 34 yards wide right. Mike McCarthy, Pittsburgh native in the house. Gets no points. Tied at 14. Last first play after the 2-minute warning. It's Santonio Holmes over the middle. And then Ben Roethlisberger to Meweldy Moore. Right. There's no I in Meweldy, but there's a me in Meweldy. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it is.
Roethlisberger 14-20, 223 yards in the first half alone. In the fourth quarter we go. It's 24-14 when Jermichael Finley leaps up and makes a grab. It's 24-21. Mike McCarthy's clapping.
They got 2 tight ends that are great pass receivers.
After a Pittsburgh field goal, it's a 6-point game. Jordy Nelson, a nice twisting catch on the sideline.
Tough play.
It's like 7-on-7.
Next play, here's Ryan Grant. Finally, we've got a run.
Thank you.
And he just happens to run it in.
This is one of the worst Steelers defenses I've seen in years.
28-27, Packers are on top.
And he agrees.
Next Steelers possession, how do they respond? Why? With the big old arm of Big Ben Roethlisberger, who avoids the rush, extends the play,
can buy some time,
finds one of his 2 MVP wide receivers from the Super Bowl days, Heinz Ward, 54-yard grab to the Green Bay 23. Time for Jeff Reed to come out and try and put Pittsburgh on top, hitting that open end with a field goal. 43-yarder. It's the closed end. That's good. Got it. 30-28. Steelers back on top. And they're kicking it off with a sneak onside. That means he's got the worst defense that Pittsburgh's seen in a while.
Well, they have the worst kickoff cover team, too. They've given up several touchdowns.
All right. But also, the problem is that the onside kick didn't go far enough. So the Steelers get the ball. Packers get the ball deep in the Steelers' end, and it's third down, which means look out.
He'll get you.
For Aaron Rodgers hooking up with James Jones. They go for 2. Get it. They're up by 6.
Oh, great route. Let him off on the street bus, Coach.
That onside kick didn't look like such a good idea.
He put the cord a little too early, Rich.
So the season on the line for the defending world champs. They lose 6 in a row. They're essentially out of it. 4th and 7. Minute 12 to go. Roethlisberger, all sorts of time. Finds Santonio Holmes first down and then some.
MVP.
Next play after Pittsburgh holding penalty. It's 1st and 20, back on their own side of the field. Roethlisberger is picked off, but Hines Ward's down on the ground. There's a flag in his direction, and he's saying it's still our ball.
Good call. This is a good call.
Brandon Schiller just knocks Hines Ward down.
You just can't do this.
So the Steelers get the ball back and a first down. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and long, and Mike Tomlin's clapping. 3rd and 15 from their own 44. Roethlisberger to Heath Miller. First down.
Nice hands.
Mike McCarthy is not clapping. Next play, following a Green Bay defensive holding penalty. Roethlisberger with 24 ticks left. To Heath Miller again.
Just rushing through.
Here's their last timeout. 3 plays later, 3 seconds to go. Last chance for the Steelers. Season on the line. Title defense on the line.
Nice.
Mike Wallace on the sideline.
Oh, boy.
Touchdown, the booth reviews, but it stands as called, and it is a last-second game winner.
Great concentration. 2 toes down.
19-yard touchdown to give Ben Roethlisberger 503 passing yards on the game. 3rd player in NFL history with 500 or more passing yards with 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. The other 2 Hall of Famers, Y.A. Tittle and Warren Moon.
We needed all 503. You know what? When I'm out there, I'm not even thinking about that. To tell you the truth, I'm thinking about the plays I missed. Think about the bad throws or missed Hines. I thought it could have had a touchdown earlier. Missed him there, and make fun of the receivers for the drops. Told them we could have had 600, and they could have more yards. So we have fun with it.
Let's go to the Shaq Showcase highlights.
I still don't trust them.
With the AFC North done, it's only a playoff spot, a wild card available for the Baltimore Ravens. That's all that's been available to the Steelers for a couple of weeks. This is the bruiser. Still alive. Still alive. Going against one another. We pick things up with the Steelers up 6-3 in the second quarter inside the Baltimore 5. Rashard Mendenhall. Touchdown. Steelers up 13-3. Ravens get the ball back, and it's Ray Rice running for the Ravens, 10 yards. 2 plays later, 7th play of the drive. Relay fake, Flacco, Todd Heath.
Going tight end, go up and get it.
Highest point, coach.
13-10, Heath with the touchdown. Now, all sorts of issues. Rashard Mendenhall on 2nd and 5 puts the ball on the turf.
Hey,
Ray Lewis recovers.
Get in there.
Very next play, Ray Rice from Rutgers is running and rolls. He fumbles right back. An exchange of fumbles. Steelers get it
come, easy go.
right back. One of the many miscues the Ravens made in the Steelers' end on the day. 2 minutes to go.
Get on the ball.
T Sizzles knocks it down. 2 plays later, 3rd and 12.
We have a free play.
Yeah, because Suggs jumped off sides, and Roethlisberger makes full use of the free play.
Smart quarterback.
Great adjustment on the ball, coach.
By Mike Wallace, 45-yard gain right at midfield. Next play, Roethlisberger to Heath Miller. He's feeling a rhythm now. To this Ravens 32. 3 plays later, 7th play of the drive.
Like corner blitz, you better have a safety that can tackle.
He's never going to make it there.
That's tough. Santonio Holmes being the one left alone.
Nice blitz alert.
2010, Steelers up at the half, 3rd quarter, opening possession of the half for the Ravens. Here is Ray Rice running for the Ravens again.
Sooner or later, he's going to pop a big one.
30 carries, 141 yards. He's their bell cow, huh?
Bell.
7 plays later, Flacco to Heap again.
Rode up tall.
It's like a wide receiver.
Using his big body very well.
20-17, Steelers get the ball back up 3 now. First play of their drive, play fake. Roethlisberger is picked. Dominic Foxworth stays on his feet, and he is gone, except for the fact that T. Sizzles is flagged again. Terrell Suggs is flagged for a block in the back, and the ref, who looks just like Monk, makes the play, makes the call.
Good show.
Oh, there it is.
That's a good call.
Good show. No, it's a good show.
Oh, good call, good show.
Yeah, Monk's good.
By Pete Morelli, who does look just like the actor Tony Shalhoub. So the Ravens have to settle for a field goal, tied at 20.
Here he goes
at it
again.
again. Here is Willis McGahee free.
That was well blocked, wasn't it?
And the Ravens are up again, except there's that man Monk again.
Laundry on the field.
It's a hold on Kelly Washington,
Great
and this is
call. You got to have the hands inside, not outside of the shoulder. That's easy call to make.
Inside, work your feet.
So take another Raven go-ahead score off because of the penalty. And then 2 plays later in the fourth quarter now, Flacco, wide open, Derek Mason, and he drops it.
Oops. You don't want to drop a ball in a game like this and come back smiling.
And then a penalty on the Ravens took them out of field goal range. They get no points on a drive in which they had a touchdown dropped and a touchdown called back. Steelers get the ball, still tied now, and there's Holmes running free again. 24 yards. That set up Jeff Reed for a field goal that he hit to put Mike Tomlin's team up 3. 2:39 to go. 3rd and 7 for the Ravens. Flacco sacked by Lamar Woodley. He takes a sack.
It's a bad sack in the big red zone. Throw the ball away,
4th and 10, so they can't go for the game-time field goal. Have to go for it on 4th and 10. And Flacco is sacked again. Ziggy Hood plucks it out of the air, and the Steelers take it over. But you can see the Ravens have a timeout and a 2-minute warning left, and they use that timeout and 2-minute warning to make it 3rd and 11. They can get the ball back if they get Roethlisberger off the field. Can't get him down in the sack, but they do pick him off. Tom Zibikowski picks him off, and he is running free. The Golden Domer
Run, Zibby.
takes it 30 yards the other way, but there's Monk again.
No way.
And this is a flag on Frank Walker.
Away from the play.
Illegal contact. Gives the Steelers a fresh set of downs, and they take a victory formation. That's the way they stay alive and deal the Ravens a crimp in their playoff run, to say the least. Roethlisberger's won his last 5 starts against the Ravens. You can see the defense is getting along very well. The Ravens just cannot get out of their own way against Pittsburgh, despite Ray Rice running as he did. The Steelers still alive. So despite a midseason stumble that included a 5-game losing streak, the Pittsburgh Steelers still were alive and having a chance to make the playoffs as 9-7, taking on the Miami Dolphins team that needed to win and get a whole lot of help. And this didn't help the Dolphin effort with Mike Wallace and a 54-yard pass strike from Ben Roethlisberger. The Steelers led this game 17-10 at the half. Chad Henne had an eye injury, so he comes out, and Pat White comes in.
Well, Pat, tuck it. Do what you do.
36, he picks it up.
They needed to see this kid play a little quarterback.
But he could not move the chains any further after that. They forced a punt, and then Rashard Mendenhall does
nice feet.
What he does.
He's physical, coach.
This team gets in the playoffs. It's dangerous. They've just beaten Baltimore and Green Bay.
That's what Lamar Woodley said, too. You're talking like a Michigan man now, Steve. Look out. 2 plays later, Heath Miller, touchdown. Steelers up 24-10. Dolphins next possession in need of points in a hurry with 2 and change left in the half. And
Throw it
Pat
away.
White
Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Oh!
Gets hit by Ike Taylor, helmet on helmet.
He's asleep.
And you can see everybody's calling for the trainer immediately.
He's asleep right there. He's asleep.
Probably knocked out before he hits the turf.
Praying for you, young fella.
Just a concussion.
Hey, they slide in the pros, man.
So Tyler, I should say just a concussion, but it's not anything worse than that. Tyler Thigpen comes in the game, the 3rd emergency quarterback. They needed to break the glass on that. In the 4th quarter, he could come in anyway. But Brian Hartline runs it in to make it a 27-17 game. Dolphins get the ball back. Tyler Thigpen, everybody.
He gives them a spark. Look at this. Wide open.
That's the go-to man.
Devin Best.
To Devon Best, and Mike Tomlin's watching the Dolphins come back on him, slipping away. It's just a 3-point game. And then 3 plays later, Roethlisberger sacked, balls loose. Former Steeler Joey Porter, Peasy jumps on top of it.
Momentum mammal.
That's right, momentum mammal. That's a very alliterative review, Steve.
Thank you.
2 plays later, Tyler Thigpen, everybody. Don't go there. Ryan Clark with the pick. It's the Steelers' first interception by a cornerback all
and
year
that's
long.
Absurd. But guess what? Here goes the second.
Yep. Ike Taylor seals the deal as the Steelers hold on for dear life, but life they did have leaving South Florida.